TAG TV and TAG Radio. Be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. TAG TV, TAG Radio, there's a lot more to know. If you're like some 50,000 students, educators, and academic administrators, not to mention top private and government sector leaders, you're joining the biggest STEM celebration of the year. That's right, today is STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Day in Georgia. Did you know that TAG-Ed, the Technology Association of Georgia's education collaborative nonprofit, is dedicated to strengthening Georgia's future workforce? It's focused by uniting TAG resources with leading education initiatives to elevate the quality and effectiveness of Georgia schools in order to produce more students pursuing STEM education majors and ultimately STEM-related careers. Greetings, everyone. It's Friday, May 3rd, STEM Day in Georgia, and this is Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. I'm your guest host, Frank Baia. Up to the Tech Talk TAG-Ed Internship Program with Sherri von Behren. While today is all about STEM awareness, the Tech Talk takes the initiative to where it makes a real difference in career equality and job opportunities and job advancement. Our focus, TAG-Ed's Internship Program. TAG-Ed will be accepting host company applications up until the 1st of July. Student placements wrap up mid-July to ensure the 5-week internships are completed by the second week in August. Sherri joined TAG-Ed in March of 2010 as Director of Programs and Events. She has 20 years of experience in business operations, sales, and marketing, and management in various public sector industries. She enjoys building strategic partnerships that deliver value in the community, business, and with individuals. Her passion for education initiatives is heavily utilized at TAG-Ed in developing programs and events to support the education and fundraising goals of this STEM education nonprofit, which benefits Georgia's students and future workforce. Her responsibilities include program development and execution, marketing, event management, volunteer management, fundraising, grant writing, business development, and strategic partnerships. Just how does the TAG-Ed Internship Program work? And why did TAG-Ed develop the program? What has been the feedback from companies? And how does a company get involved with the internship program? It's all about TAG Education's Collaborative and all about the TAG Internship Program. As we speak with TAG-Ed Director of Programs and Events, Sherri von Behren. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. TAG TV and TAG Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions. Sherri, welcome to Tech Talk.
Hi, Frank. Glad to be here.
Well, an exciting time for TAG, an exciting time for the technology industry, but the, I guess, icing or the cherry on top of the cake is TAG-Ed. What an exciting opportunity to be part of something that really is making an impact. Lots of excitement. Obviously, the STEM initiative and some of the things that you're involved in are getting a lot of press, if you will, or a lot of attention, but something that I'm sure people are very interested in and probably don't know a lot about is that TAG-Ed has an intern program. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Oh, I'd love to. We have a summer internship program, and actually we're entering our 5th year of our summer internship program. And just to give you a couple highlights, over the last 4 years, we've placed over 220 students. And last year we placed 87 of those in 40 of the technology companies here in Atlanta.
Wow.
And, yeah, we have an aggressive goal this year. We're going to try to place 140 students, and I think we're going to need some 75 companies. So we're hoping to get some more of those companies.
Well, go into detail about how that works. I mean, you know, obviously the altruistic attitude, I can remember back in quote-unquote the day, and of course in my case, I can have about 5 of those days, you know, whether it was the 70s, 80s, or 90s or something, but there was a time that the most difficult challenge in finding a job was getting experience. So my guess is that these intern programs really give these kids, and I should say young adults, an opportunity to participate in a passion or a career role that gains them some experience. Is that the way it works?
That's correct, yes. The internships that we provide are in the summer, and they average about 5 weeks, 5 consecutive weeks during the months of June through early August. and students work between 20 and 30 hours a week. The students are paid a $1,000 stipend by the host company at that end of that internship, and that can be paid directly by the company or TAG-Ed, and then we would invoice the company. And the process is pretty simple. Having done it for 5 years now, we really are recruiting companies to host summer interns continuously. Even though it's a summer program, we need companies to be looking out for companies year-round. So what we do is we find the positions for the students, and we do that through a lot of the TAG membership companies and some companies outside of TAG. And we help them define a project for the students. And we have students that apply, and these students that apply go on our website and complete an online application. That starts about January. They kind of detail their skills, their interests, what their career aspirations are, and heavily focus on their accomplishments in that. So then beginning about mid-March, what we do is we try to match the company requirements that we've gotten from these companies that have said, hey, we'd like to host a student. So we look at their requirements, and then we match the skills and interests of the students to that. And then we go ahead and take these profiles of the students, and we present those to the companies, and they select a couple students, and they say, I think we want a phone interview or in-person interview this student, and that's how we'd like to move forward and try to pick our intern.
I'm thinking millionaire matchmaker, right? I mean,
it really is. I become a full-time recruiter, I think, during these time frames. Because
well, I'm sure you're getting to know the personalities of both the companies and the individuals. It is a case where you play that role to a degree.
You really do. You are a matchmaker. I wish it was more like speed dating, right? When you get this many applications in from the students, we get about 500 a year.
Wow.
It's quite a bit. But
it's exciting, but also it's a challenge because that represents a lot of kids that I keep saying kids, and I know that at this stage, even when they're in, what age are they usually? What kind of are the age spectrum that you deal with?
Yeah, kind of our profile of our students are rising high school seniors or graduating seniors. And we've actually been able to expand our program a little bit now into college freshmen. But we really like them to be at least 16 years old.
And I guess within the confines of their age and their background, educational experience, what kind of work can they accomplish? Well,
the type of work that we put them in is really, many things. Anything with the STEM background, social media strategies, web development, software testing and documentation, some material analysis, lab research. They get their hands on products and do some engineering. They can do just about anything, and that's what's so great because the students coming in have a real strong aptitude in STEM. And again, like you said, we're really trying to expose them to STEM careers and try to get them experience to understand what they do or don't want to do.
There was a time not too long ago when they would say the epiphany stage was when analog went to digital, and I think there was a lot of conversation about source to consumption, cutting out events and technology, things like containerization and logistics. I guess, where I'm headed is that I guess TAG looked at this from the quote-unquote ecosystem standpoint and said, where do we go from source to consumption? How do we really grow the technology industry? My point being, why did TAG-Ed, how come TAG developed this program in the first place?
Well, we did it for a couple of reasons, and one of the biggest reasons is to bring awareness and provide experience in STEM-based careers to these high school students. You can't start early enough. By the time you get to college, you're spending a lot of money to go to school and time, and we want to catch them earlier in the cycle to give them exposure to careers so that they can kind of pick their college and their technical degree, basically, prior to going to school, right? Kind of figuring that out in high school. So we like to start it up a little bit earlier and make sure that these students have a full awareness of what's out there. And, the second reason really is to, we call it preparing the future technology workforce by, creating a lot of STEM education opportunities. And there's a huge shortfall, as you know, in skilled technology workers in Georgia. And we're really just trying to provide, companies that want to invest in STEM stronger resource pool.
I guess, too, the challenge of so much attention being given to instant celebrity, the idea of taking a position in terms of an intern and literally working your way through the maturation process to build a career. Most people don't really, a lot of young people probably don't get that kind of mentoring to a degree. I'm sure that in some cases they do, but I don't think anywhere near the extent as the kind of program that you guys are describing. I'm thinking when, my first thought as you were talking, I was thinking to myself, a lot of these young guys end up becoming their own company in turn. One of the things early on being involved with TAG-Ed, I was floored by how some of these high school kids, like you're talking 16-year-olds, are president of a company inside where they've partnered with other kids to build an internet company or to build a video production company or are doing things almost real world within their own environments.
That's so true.
Let's talk a little bit about feedback. Obviously, you say you've been doing it for 5 years. The numbers are pretty impressive. What's been the feedback from companies that have participated in the program? And maybe, give our audience some idea of who those companies are.
Okay. It's been tremendous feedback, very positive, and we highlight a lot of that on some of our marketing stuff, some of the testimonials, as we call it. There's comments and adjectives used like, man, what a superstar that person was. How mature, what a valuable contributor, and they completed the work, in half the time we thought it would take them. Can we keep them? We want to make this, kind of full time, and some companies have actually done that where they've taken the student and extended their internship, which you can do that for an additional $200 per week. You can go beyond that 5-week internship period, and kept them all summer. Some have actually worked after school.
Wow. Well, I guess the obvious question boils down to how does a company get involved? What does a company do to get involved with the internship program?
Pretty simple. They contact me at Sherri, Sherri, at TAG-EdOnline.org, or my phone number is 404-920-2016, or you could also visit our website at TAG-Ed Online, and we'll help you identify a project. That's all the company needs to do is fill out an application from our website. And we'll match up students, and it's really simple and fast. And, one thing I forgot to point out, there's some major names that have contributed to this program, and I think you asked me who some of those companies are.
Oh, yeah.
And, the McKesson, JBians of the world, CBion, SunTrust, Southern Company, and Behren. We've had over 60-plus leading technology companies in the greater Atlanta area participate, and we're expanding our markets now to Augusta and Columbus, too, with the TAG satellite offices.
Well, I'm wondering, can you be too old to be an intern? I'd like to get a job at some of those companies. Those are pretty strong brands to get an opportunity to get access to. That's pretty impressive.
I agree with you. There's many that I think I want to do and sign up for myself, too, Frank.
Well, repeat it again. You mentioned, obviously, it's TAG-EdOnline.org? TAG-EdOnline.org. And the phone number again?
The phone number directly to me is 404-920-2016, and my email is Sherri, Sherri, at TAG-EdOnline.org.
Okay, now the last part, and that's you're talking to literally tens of thousands of people as far as our Tech Talk audience is concerned. Okay, maybe several hundred, but the bottom line of it is, what needs to happen to ensure the success of this program for 2013, and more importantly, to keep it going beyond 2013?
Frank, we need more companies to recognize, the development of the future workforce, and to go ahead and support this workforce development by mentoring a student, mentoring an intern. We get over 500 applications a year, and we only have spots for about 140. We want those numbers to go up.
Sure.
We really want you to, someone to be able to support that need, or you can contribute and sponsor to our internship scholarship fund, which we do for nonprofits and startups. So that's another way to do it. So invest in today's student, tomorrow's workforce. That's really what we need, more companies to participate in this program.
Well, Sherri, you guys are doing a great job. More to do. Obviously, when we're talking 140, 150 capping, 140, I think you said, against potential 500, there's still opportunities out there for a lot of companies to make things happen, and to make things happen not only for the good of the young person that's involved, but really for their own benefit as well. A lot of times I think these young people bring a sense of perspective and a new dynamic into a situation that, like you mentioned, social media, for example, and there's one thing to know and understand that from an enterprise standpoint. It's another thing to have been brought up in that environment almost through your entire generational upbringing. Sherri, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, and really thank you for the great job you guys are doing over at TAG-Ed.